there. We're both here.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Cadence and this is
Melissa.
And we're here at Fuzzy Goat. And both of us took respective trips, not together, last week. That was my celebration at our team meeting, was that our small but amazing team was able to handle me being gone on a Saturday. And then Melissa and I traveling
on the
same day. I came back, she was leaving, so they were able to manage that.
Yeah, they did a good job.
So I went to Chicago suburbs to our mastermind, where we go and meet up with our other retail friends and our coach and learn all kinds of amazing things, which is where I learned how to do Facebook Lives to start with. And where did you go?
Oh, I went to the Nashville Yarn Fest, which was super fun. And I had a class with Arnie and Carlos, and they were just milling about. Like, even in the Yarn Fest, they were just like standing there. It was wild. It was a lot of fun. I did get this necklace.
Yes.
So, yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, and sourced out some other yarns and things we might carry.
Maybe bags.
Yeah. You know, we can't. So we passed in the night. We didn't get to talk a lot about what we were traveling with, so we thought we would talk about what we were traveling with you and show off one by one what we did. So I'm going to start because I think I might have more things, but I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because I said 10, but really I'm just going to show all my stuff.
All right.
So I'm going to start with, this is my backpack. This is my Ori Richmond backpack. And yes, I got to have it all decorated out. And so, yes, my clip-a.
Mine's on my backpack too.
Clip-a. So we have a collection. There's a link there where we're going to put all these things. And if we find some new things that we didn't talk about, that I didn't know to go in the collection, we'll get those in there. This is great. This keeps my bag off the bathroom floor. Maybe the hook in the back is missing. You can then put it over the door. It just makes me feel like everything is much more sanitary.
Right.
So yes,
Hang
Amy and Liz, yes, and hang it on a table.
Your knitting's right there.
Yeah, my clip-a is essential.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting with my backpack.
So you went
backpack.
So, and then I'm starting here with my.
You're starting with the inside.
My O snap stuff.
And you were in a car.
Yes.
And I was flying. So we'll have some differences there too.
Yeah. So I just can't get enough of my O snapbacks. For all kinds of stuff, like I have needles in here. I can put, my bombs in here. I have more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. My husband even said, I told him what we were doing today, and he's like, "You got to bring all those bags." I traveled with almost all but one bag.
No, actually, so I guess we should say, right. So you're in a car. So how many projects did you take? Not how many bags, but how many projects?
I probably took 7.
Oh my God.
But one
7.
of them I didn't intend to bring. I didn't work on it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So we're a little bit further from the camera, so we got to make sure we talk loud.
Oh, okay.
My family never accused. Well, they didn't say, but I just want to make sure. My family never accused me of being quiet. I only brought 2 because I was flying. Yeah. So I had one that was complicated and one that was not.
Okay.
So that was my criteria. Though I should have had a smaller project because I didn't have one to just put in my purse.
Do you ever realize that a hard project or a more difficult project becomes easier the further you go?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. I'm realizing that with my
potato vodka.
No.
Okay. We will explain potato vodka. Surely.
Which one? The Caitlin Hunter, the lace one.
Oh.
Stromboli. Thank you.
Is it because the lace is getting easier or you're past the lace?
No, I'm just now familiar with it. So
okay.
I don't even have to take my pattern with me. Yeah, and I think that says a lot because the whole sweater is lace.
So speaking of purse, well, actually, before I go into that, I took this one. I love my Richmond backpack. My real favorite is my Pleistra bag. I didn't take it. I didn't plan to show this off because I didn't know we could get more of these, but we do have more now. We tracked down the maker in Bulgaria.
Oh no! Really?
Or Budapest.
Starts with a B.
Bulgaria. I am sorry. Evelina, lovely woman. She makes them, and she made them for us. So I'm going to have to, when we go to market, now that we carry these again, and I like this because it's lightweight and it squishes up under my seat. This is really good too, though, because it's got lots of extra pockets on the outside. So not quite sure. So that's my second one, was my backup.
Okay.
My backup.
Okay, so that's me.
Yeah.
All right, so then I always have, just in case, lots of yarn. And I just happened to grab the Foxy Lady for Farmer's Daughter, because I actually did. I brought that in the car to do my gauge swatch. So yeah, always have yarn. But I'm learning, you don't have to bring every skein for the project. So you got to figure that out, right?
Don't.
Which ones are important.
I did bring too many
because that
backup skeins. That ate up my luggage.
Yeah.
So speaking of purse, I can't talk about leaving the building, leaving the house without talking about my purse, which is the Ori Paddington. And I also have the wallet. I just got this new one. I used the same one for years. It's great. I love it. The same Ori wallet, but this particular stripe has a yellow inside. So I just decided I deserved to be able to see brighter inside. So I love, it is shocking how much stuff you can get into this Ori Paddington. It goes over my shoulder as a crossbody, but you can also just wear it regularly. I have my,
look at all the
I know, it is a lot of work. I never have to worry if things go together.
But you need to show them your shoes.
Okay.
Because they're not just orange. Can you get them up there?
Yeah, I can get them up there. Here are my shoes. Pink, hot pink,
and orange.
with orange.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love them.
Okay, so
my turn again?
I'll untangle
Okay,
myself.
so well, I'll do this one. So since I was traveling, in a car, I have this, and I have the separators in here, and I have pens. I have my gauge reader thingy.
Yeah.
My glasses, my fix-it. I have it all in here. So I just plopped this in a big bag, and I could take it out in the car, and it was all right there.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah. So I didn't have to think too much about it. I just know I
Yeah.
always go to this, so I was just able to grab it and go with me.
That big bag over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go get it. I should have brought, actually.
Okay, because I
brought
my
mine.
bag.
Okay, excuse me.
Or you could go get yours.
I could.
Show how much you carry in it. Okay, so while Melissa's going to get her bag, I'll show you my first project. So I had two projects. They're both sweater projects. Like I said, I probably need to plan a smaller project for that. So,
Can you show?
yeah, you go ahead and show your bag.
So this is the bag that I plopped.
That's our Aaron Flett boho bag.
Yeah, it's got a little gusset too, so it'll sit. So that's the nice thing about it. It won't topple over, and then this won't topple over when you put it in there. You just put your projects around it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
Okie dokie. So my first project, the one I was working on the plane, the one that is most exciting to me is my potato vodka. This is Thea Coleman's. It's a cardigan. We're both knitting this, which just cracks Madeline up that we knit the same thing. This is more red than orange. I'm already trying to imagine what t-shirt I might wear underneath it.
Just happen to have mine.
Well, I was hoping that you would. And so this was my project. And I, let's see, I have it in my Billy bag because it can squish up in there and not take up very much room. And within that, I had my yarn in my O-snap because I had two different colors. And it's great because you can channel it out through the snaps.
Actually putting this in the other one.
Yeah, so that fit down into my Billy. Mm-hmm. So before I start talking about the things I used in my project that are also in here, let's have a moment for your.
I'm just looking to see where my pockets are. But anyway, so I have started the pockets.
Okay, because you're going to want them when you get to that section. The pattern has you start off by knitting the little squares that are the pockets, but that's not fun. Neither is all that ribbing. So, but I got to have you start off with this, but I started off with the ribbing because I could not wait to get to the slip stitch stuff. I've never done this stitch before.
It really blew my mind for a little bit to figure out because the purl stitches are the ones that are on the face
on the right side. Yeah. Isn't that fun?
And it's
so
really
much fun. Hey, Harriet and Deborah and Mary.
Stripe.
So
do we want to talk about your pockets real quick?
Yeah. What do you want to say about it?
Well, because that's why I was trying to find mine. So you did
Not what the pattern said.
So the pockets,
Surprise.
we're supposed to start with the, they call it background. I call it the main color.
Yeah.
Background. So that's what the pockets were supposed to be. But she did it so that the colorful part's there. So mine I did do as the.
Well, and yours is more like the pattern
Yeah.
in that your main color or background color is dark,
Yes.
where mine is the opposite.
Right.
So my sleeves are not going to be red. My sleeves are going to be this driftwood. Down
Right.
there. Yeah. It is really fun. So I'm through with all the fun part.
Yeah. Yeah, because now you got the sleeve.
And the button band. But this flew through. I mean, what is this? 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
It went
Is that
really
what happens
fast.
when you only work on one project?
That is what happens when you only work on one project. So I had to make myself work on my other project, which I'll show you in a little
It
bit.
just makes it look really.
But I'm very,
Yeah,
very
cool.
excited about that. So I showed you how I had my 2 balls in here, and there's my project. So we're going to go further into my Billy bag. And this becomes my travel notion bag, the Aran Flet clamshell. And I'll show you what's in there, but it really had all the things that I needed in here. So I'll show you that.
I think you showed
Yeah.
that. Then one other thing that I don't know that we had these ready before I left.
We did not.
Right. So this is probably what I would have taken because it shuts. It's metal, but because it has the magnets as well, the magnet in there, so you can put your notions on there too. I probably would have
Fit that out.
worked
Yeah.
this in somehow. Maybe not while you're flying. It's kind of, it might be too heavy in a backpack.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're driving,
And I guess TSA doesn't care if you have a metal box. They probably just have to open it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bring a metal drink bottle as long as it's empty.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
So what I have in my I have a bigger Notion bag at home, but this is what I keep at home for all of my stitch stoppers. But when I get ready to travel, I just pare down my big Notion bag and put it in here. So yeah, let's see. So so this is my Notion bag, and inside my Notion bag,
It's like those dolls.
I know.
Those dolls that you just
is
keep on.
my dream box, which is the perfect size for all my stitch
yeah.
markers. All my stitch markers. So all my flower stitch markers are in there, and this actually stands up inside that. So I'm super excited about fitting mine out. Also,
Yeah, well, that's nice.
so what I want to say about my stitch markers is I'm using the flower stitch markers, but I also love those simple locking ones, and they're perfect when you're traveling and flying and stuff, because you can really grab them with one hand. I use these instead of we call them the light bulb ones. They look like that. Let's see. Can you get a background of it? I'm not sure. Whoops, it's falling over. It looks like that, a little, and it's tight. Yes, it does. And so, like, I was doing it last night just to grab these 2 edges together to see what it would look like when I seam it up. I also used them to,
What you're saying is you can do it with one hand
yes,
as opposed to.
yeah. And so that holds it together. But I was also using it to mark, like, how many sections or something like that. So I love those simple locking stitch markers. Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Then what I find very handy, and I usually do this even when I fly, is to take just an interchangeable set. Like if you're in a project where you might be, going from a neck to, to the yoke or to doing some sleeves, sometimes it's easier just to grab these
Yeah.
and know that you have all the options, that you might need.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I
mean,
get stuck.
Yeah, and like, especially if you're doing a gauge swatch and then you're ready to go, you might need additional needles anyway.
So when you do your gauge swatch, do you block it
sometimes.
while you're traveling?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I
depends.
have.
Yeah, it depends. Like, I feel like if it's a yarn that I've used before, maybe not so much. But
Speaking of yarn, both of us are wearing the same sweater.
oh yeah,
Another Thea Coleman pattern.
yeah. Blueberry vodka lemonade.
Yes.
I keep on calling it Luminous. I don't know why.
Yeah. And so I made mine in cocoon, which you all ordered some more of yesterday.
Yes.
And you made yours out of.
Oh my gosh, 29 bridges. 29
Oh, yeah,
bridges.
yeah.
Her finger.
We're going to do a pop up with
Yeah.
Mary again. Okay, so what I have in my little thing, this is like the clown car of notion bags. I had my stitch holders, because when I was working that piece, you had to put on the sections onto stitch holders. So I had my stitch holders in there, so which can also stand in for try-on tubing in a pinch. So I'll just show a few things in here. And then I also had, and then I'll show you all of them eventually, but not all at once. And then I also had my work until, because this is especially when I need it, because otherwise, this way I don't have to take a measuring tape, and I don't have to bring out, Melissa saw me do this on the plane last year.
We all do it. We all do it.
How many times do you, when somebody's right next to you and watches you, it's like the things become really apparent. Like, why are you pulling out that tape measure?
You just measured.
Yeah.
We all do it.
But when you have this hanging on there, you can set that where you need to.
Yeah.
It was
And
very
just keep
handy.
going.
Yeah.
Okay, so then my next one is what you just said.
Okay,
So
cool.
it is try-on tubing. But again, I also will carry these because, again, depending on where you are in the project, of course I do sweaters, you might need to put sleeves on hold. I might need to try it on. This kind of can do both. This can too, but I tend to use this one more, I think. Yeah, so this is
Well, and the thing about the try-on tubing is you can leave it out of the container for a while, but it can dry out. So if you don't want to leave it in a project
True. That's very
for
true.
a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the stitch holder, small one. We have a large too. We do the pairs.
Yeah, you have to
Pairs.
get smaller
You get one of
large.
each. And then this is the try-on tubing, goat tubing. Call it goat tubing.
All right, I know I have something in here, and I'm not going to steal your thunder, so I'm going to show you something else.
Oh.
I would not dream. And also,
I know what it is.
she's, this is not it, but our awesome tool. We sell these in pairs because inevitably you're going to lose one. I actually have two in here in case I drop one, because I'd be really in trouble if I didn't have it. It has a nice pointy end so I can work out a knot. Yes. And then I like this so I was just laddering up something I saw where I dropped a stitch. The awesome tool is awesome. Yeah. And it fits in this side, inside this little clamshell.
And in this box, the tool box, it'll stick to the...
It does not stick to the magnet. There's something about the way it makes this pretty color.
Got it. That doesn't take... Okay, so
the stitch markers do.
Since I know what you were talking about, I'm going to go there next. And I won't open these and smell them today, like I did on Tuesday. I opened up every one of them on my live and smelled them.
Well, everybody on the live got to smell them with you. I'm putting mine on right now.
Yes. Okay, so I did. So we have...
This one is what I'm using. Yep.
This is... You doing
no, I got frosted. This is left over from Christmas, but still.
We have all these different scents now. We got new scents in the roll-up as well as the tins. So, yeah. And you could travel with this plane or car. Yeah. Some people sound...
although I will, when I put mine on the plane, I did have some people kind of look around. Yeah, because it's like, but it smells lovely.
Good. Yeah.
So
they're probably like,
better than some of the other stuff, like the hard-boiled egg that I try to eat not on the plane.
Yeah. Somebody in the shop yesterday said they kind of use it as a perfume before they go out the door.
Oh, wow.
Like she can't necessarily smell it, but she knows other people, so she put it on her neck.
Well, and Rita was just saying that these look awesome. Erin actually makes these for lipsticks for your purse, so it's great if you have more than, or lip balm, or lip balms in it. But I've discovered that it's not only great for stitch stoppers, which Laura showed us, but it's also great as a little notion bag. Yeah. So I've shown you all the things that are in there. I can't show you how I was using this on my project because I just finished it, but I was, but there's two things going on here. So here's my needles. I like flying with the needle keeper if my needles will go, because I have one bigger thing to keep up with than two little stitch stoppers that I might put somewhere and I don't know where they are. This is big enough I can put it in the pocket in front of me. Also TSA, seems to cover the points of the tips of the needles. I'm not trying to fool anybody. Obviously I'm a knitter, but this seems to be more protective. And then on here, I had my cable locks because I was doing my potato vodka stretches out, but I didn't need it to stretch out that whole length of the needle. So I had my cable locks on so that the stitches just went that far and kind of scrunched up close to the end of the needle. But then when I was done or needed to pack up to be on the move, I would move these down get it so everything could squish away.
We call these the cable locks?
Yep.
Cable locks.
Yep. So got the cable locks up there too.
Curious, did you try to try it on? Because you were worried at one point.
I have not tried.
I
have not tried it out yet.
Well,
I'm going to steam it today.
I was just surprised how far like you are.
I'm going to. I did a lot of measurements. I didn't actually try it on.
It doesn't look small or large. That's why I'm.
But I did a lot of measurements. I did lay it out. Did a lot of measurements, and today I'm going to steam it, and then I'm going to try it before I seam up at the top and start the button band. I was a little worried. You know, when you do these, sometimes they look huge.
Right. That's what. Yeah.
And then it looked huge, and then I measured it, and I'm like, oh, now I don't know if it's wide enough. But Melissa has reminded me each time there's still at least another inch of button band, and if it's not big enough around, I can add more button band.
Yeah.
You know, I can make my button band wider.
So, and these sleeves get picked up.
They do. Yeah, they get picked up here. So I did not do that in the car this morning because I do want to block it before I or just steam it. She recommends steaming it. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right, I got more. What did you got? You got more?
Take it to.
Okay. So now I'm going to go into my second project that I took with me, and yet another Billy bag. So see, I had two projects in here, my neck pillow, my big head bow. So I'm high maintenance.
No, you're not. I don't think you can be high maintenance when you know it. I don't think you can be.
Oh, okay. I don't expect anybody else to do it
that's
for
what
me.
I'm saying.
I will say.
Yeah.
I have to have my things, but I don't expect anybody to carry them for me, know where they are, any of that stuff. So this one here, you haven't seen it in a while. This was my easy one. So this is my lattice or braid. I made one of these last year with the braid, and now this is the lattice.
I have not seen that at all.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that lattice is beautiful.
And this is the lattice, so I'm trying that. I did lattice or braid last year. I love it. I did it in copper corgi, a green. This one is also green, but it wasn't as oversized as I wanted. So this was my easy knitting, because now it's just so boring. Going around
you're just
and
carrying, right, for those stripes?
Yes, because you only go 3 rows.
Okay. Yeah.
You only go 3 rows. Oh Lord, yes, I am not weaving in. It's just a 1 row stripe, and I'm carrying it down there, and I'm doing the jogless stripe.
That looks really nice.
So I have not tried. This one is probably ready for me to try on to see is it as oversized as I want.
Can we look at your jogless stripe?
Yes.
So you pick up the stitch below? That's what I was doing in mine too. Nice. Yeah, that looks really good.
So let's see.
And then knit them together.
So here's my jogless stripe. We have a little video on how to do that, so I'll link to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yep.
Me?
Yep.
Can't go anywhere.
Oh, I didn't
without my tape.
Let's see. Let's see it. Well, no. I want to see if it fits in here.
Oh yeah. Well, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Still haven't maxed it out.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere without the tape, and especially I think when you're traveling, I find that my tapes sometimes will come off.
Well, see, I had no charts or anything, so I didn't even.
You don't put them on your regular patterns?
I don't. I only use it on chart.
Oh Lord, I use this on every single.
That would probably be a good idea because the potato vodka I keep like which row.
Well, and her patterns.
Yeah, you go several places. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I do like to carry this with me because just never know. Just never know.
I think
you're done.
I think I'm done. I think I've showed you all my stuff.
Okay. I do have the flower stitch markers too.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't actually carry them in the box. I carried them. What did I carry them in?
This is what I have bought and then put all in my dream.
I can't remember what I promised, but anyway. But I definitely love my flower stitch markers. I love that there's different sizes, so sometimes you might want something different to indicate something else is going on. So you got 2 colors, 2 different sizes. And then my last thing. Oh, of course, maybe you didn't need it because you had the
neckline.
But anyway, always travel with this, whether I need it or not. Always travel with it. And when they're driving, they don't see it, which is good.
Yeah.
And also, I will say in the movie theater, they won't see it either next to you. So
I should have done that because in the meeting, like when they dim the lights to see something on the screen, I could have.
Yeah, if you needed it.
Yeah, I should have done that.
So that's what I got.
All right. in May, we'll be traveling together to
Yes.
market, and we might show you again what we're
different
packing
things.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
We're back
Yeah, what we're packing
in our bags.
Right. Lord knows.
I know.
All right. Well, we kind of made a mess. We kind of threw it all around here. So
Yes.
we invite you all to come here and see what we have all here on the floor. And it's so much fun to share with you
Yes.
and with you what we're up to, what we pack and all that. Let us know if you have questions or even other suggestions of like,
Yes,
hey, how come
what
you
you
didn't
did.
bring your,
Right.
I don't know, whatever we didn't think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
guys.
Thanks. Have a great Saturday.